Capitulate as verb. To stop resisting or opposing and accept a situation or decision. To surrender or give in to the demands of another, especially an enemy in a war. The army was forced to capitulate after their supplies ran out. The company decided to capitulate to the demands of the striking workers. The politician refused to capitulate to pressure from the opposing party. The team captain urged his players not to capitulate in the face of a strong opponent. The government was forced to capitulate to the demands of the protesting citizens. Exalt as verb. To praise highly, to glorify, or to honor someone or something. To raise up, elevate, or lift to a higher position or status. Many religious traditions seek to exalt their deities. The book exalts the virtues of hard work and perseverance. The beauty of the landscape was exalted by the sunrise. The musician's performance was exalted by the enthusiastic audience. The soldiers were exalted for their bravery in battle. Fawn as verb. To act in a way that is excessively submissive or compliant, often out of a desire to please or be liked. To show excessive or insincere flattery or affection, often in order to gain favor or advantage. The employee fawned over his boss, hoping for a promotion. The reporter fawned over the celebrity, trying to get an exclusive interview. The politician fawned over the voters, promising to address their concerns. The pet fawned over its owner, wagging its tail and licking their face. The salesperson fawned over the customer, complimenting them on their outfit and offering them samples. Foment as verb. To encourage or instigate, especially in activity or feeling. To stir up or arouse, especially public opinion or unrest. The politician was accused of trying to foment unrest among the population. The agitator was arrested for attempting to foment a rebellion. The group sought to foment change through peaceful protest. The newspaper article was seen as an attempt to foment fear and division. The government's policies were seen as fomenting economic instability. Languish as verb. To become weak, feeble, or listless, often as a result of illness, fatigue, or lack of attention or care. To suffer from a prolonged period of physical or emotional distress, often accompanied by a feeling of hopelessness or despair. He was languishing in jail for years without trial. Her relationship with him began to languish after a few months. The company is languishing in a stagnant market. The player's form began to languish after an injury. The city's infrastructure was languishing due to neglect. Misconstrue as verb. To interpret or understand something in a way that is incorrect or mistaken. To misunderstand or misinterpret the meaning of something. The media should ensure not to misconstrue the scientist's findings when reporting on complex research. The journalist's article completely misconstrued the facts of the case. His sarcasm was misconstrued as genuine enthusiasm by his coworkers. The statement was intentionally vague, which allowed it to be easily misconstrued by the public. We must be careful not to misconstrue their actions as malicious when they may simply be misunderstood. Spurn as verb. To reject or dismiss someone or something as unimportant or worthless. To reject with contempt or disdain. The athlete spurned the offer from the rival team and decided to stay with his current team. The company spurned the proposal from the competitor and continued with their own plans. The artist spurned the collaboration offer from the record label and decided to remain independent. The politician spurned the request for a debate with the opponent, claiming it was a waste of time. The students spurned the invitation to the party, preferring to stay home and study. Underscore as verb. To draw attention to a particular point or aspect of something. To emphasize or highlight the importance or significance of something. The speaker used statistics to underscore the importance of the issue. His behavior underscored his lack of respect for authority. The company's success underscores the effectiveness of its business model. The movie's soundtrack underscored the emotion in the scene. The experiment's results underscored the hypothesis. Finir as verb. To cover or conceal the true nature or character of something with a superficial or attractive appearance. To give a thin, decorative layer to the surface of an object or material. The company tried to veneer their unethical practices with a PR campaign. His cheerful demeanor veneered his true feelings of sadness. The politicians' promises veneered their lack of action on important issues. The criminal's charm veneered their true nature as a con artist. The wealthy businessman's philanthropy veneered their history of exploitation and greed. Vindicate as verb. To clear someone of blame or suspicion, often by demonstrating their innocence or proving their actions were justified. To defend or uphold someone's position or reputation, often in the face of criticism or opposition. The DNA evidence vindicated the defendant, who had been wrongly accused of the crime. Her hard work and dedication finally vindicated her decision to pursue her dream career. The manager was able to vindicate her decision to hire the new employee when he proved to be a valuable asset to the team. The athlete's impressive performance on the field vindicated his coach's decision to put him in the starting lineup. The investigation was able to vindicate the whistleblower's claims of corruption within the company. Abjure as verb. To recant or repudiate under oath. To reject or repudiate formally or publicly. The defendant was forced to abjure his previous testimony in court. The politician was asked to abjure his previous statements about his opponent. The cult leader instructed his followers to abjure their former beliefs. In order to become a citizen, the immigrant had to abjure allegiance to any foreign government. The student had to abjure plagiarism and promise to always submit original work. Bowdlerize as verb. To alter or expurgate a written work by removing or modifying content deemed objectionable or inappropriate. To censor or modify a text by removing material considered offensive, vulgar, or improper, especially with the intent to make it more suitable or acceptable for the audience. The editor had to Bowdlerize the explicit content of the novel for it to be suitable for younger readers. The film studio decided to Bowdlerize certain scenes to ensure a more family-friendly rating. Critics accused the censors of attempting to Bowdlerize history by erasing uncomfortable truths. The professor felt it was essential not to Bowdlerize primary source materials in teaching history. The author refused to Bowdlerize her work, believing in preserving the integrity of her storytelling. Buttress as verb. To provide evidence or arguments in support of a claim or idea. To support or strengthen something, often by providing additional resources or assistance. The wall was buttressed with heavy stones to support its weight and prevent collapse. The arguments presented in the essay were buttressed with strong evidence and logical reasoning. The company's financial position was buttressed by a recent investment from a venture capital firm. The political party's position was buttressed by the support of influential leaders and organizations. The athlete's training was buttressed by a strict diet and exercise regimen, leading to improved performance. Chagrin as verb. To cause disappointment, embarrassment, or frustration. The professor's comments chagrined the student, who had worked hard on the paper. The CEO was chagrined by the negative publicity surrounding the company's actions. His behavior at the party was so embarrassing that it chagrined his friends. The actress was chagrined when she realized she had mispronounced the director's name in her acceptance speech. The politician's misstep chagrined his supporters and gave ammunition to his opponents. Crystallize as verb. To become clear or defined. To solidify into a crystalline form. It took several months of research and experimentation to crystallize the new theory. The decision to move to a new city finally crystallized after they visited and fell in love with the area. The political unrest in the country was the catalyst that crystallized the need for change. Her thoughts and ideas finally crystallized after she took a long walk in nature and had time to reflect. The plans for the project began to crystallize after several meetings and brainstorming sessions with the team. Culminate as verb. To come to a conclusion or result. To reach a climax or high point. After months of preparation, the concert culminated in a stunning performance by the orchestra. The negotiations between the two countries culminated in a historic peace treaty. The team's hard work throughout the season culminated in a championship victory. The novel's intricate plot culminated in a surprising twist at the end. The chef's expertise and creativity culminated in a delectable and visually stunning dish. Denigrate as verb. Depreciate or diminish the value of something. Speak badly or insult someone or something. Blacken or tarnish reputation. He denigrated his opponent's reputation during the campaign. The critic denigrated the artist's latest work in his review. She felt denigrated by her boss's harsh criticism. The company's competitors denigrated their products in order to gain an advantage. The social media post denigrated an entire group of people based on their ethnicity. Devolve as verb. To pass control or responsibility down to someone lower in rank or authority. To transfer power or decision-making from a central authority to individual parts of an organization or system. The responsibility for the project devolved onto the team leader. As the company grew, many of the decision-making powers devolved to lower-level managers. The monarchy devolved into a dictatorship over time. The negotiations quickly devolved into shouting and accusations. The situation devolved into chaos as more people arrived. Disseminate as verb. To propagate, especially ideas or beliefs. To spread or distribute information or knowledge. The government launched a campaign to disseminate information about the new vaccination program. The nonprofit organization aims to disseminate their message to a broader audience through social media and advertising. The professor disseminated the results of her research study through academic journals and conferences. The company disseminated a memo to all employees regarding the new policy changes. The news network works to disseminate breaking news to viewers as quickly and accurately as possible. Elude as verb. To escape or avoid something by cleverness, cunning, or trickery. To slip away from or evade someone or something by agility, cunning, or skill. The suspect managed to elude the police by running down an alleyway. The answer to the riddle continued to elude her, even after several attempts. Despite her best efforts, success seemed to elude her at every turn. The elusive bird was difficult to find and often eluded even experienced birdwatchers. The meaning of the poem eluded the literary scholars, who debated its interpretation for years. Level up your English. Master vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs with fun quizzes. Translate meanings into 104 languages. Download now. Link in the description. Please like and subscribe to our channel.